Assalamu alaikum fam, hope you're doing well. So, this is going to be kind of a hybrid video for maybe some Muslim sisters who are being tempted, or for people who are not Muslim but are practicing the OnlyFans tradition. So I would encourage you that if you are doing OnlyFans, I would urge you to quit. The reason being is because marriage is going to be a security blanket for you. I understand that some people have failed to show you an ideal marriage, and that we are, in America at least, constantly bombarded with the negative imagery of marriage, and the sexual revolutionaries are more heavily promoted by YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Google, and many others. So I understand that this concept, when I tell you it and I talk to you, it feels abrasive. You have this defense mechanism that comes in that wants to justify your degeneracy and your addiction to wanting to be wanted, right? That you have an attachment to this fake type of love that you feel is real, right? That comes only when you are young, when you have an appeal. Now, if you find a good man and he doesn't know you have OnlyFans, I highly encourage you to delete your OnlyFans. And if you have a boyfriend, if you're not Muslim, right, and you hide your career from him, I highly encourage you to get rid of it, because a good man doesn't want you to be shared. I know how this is difficult to understand in our age. We have celebrities, we have people even like Kamala Harris, who was with Montel Williams. You know, we have very bad female role models now who sleep their way up the corporate ladder, who pimp themselves, and who have a blood trail of abortions behind them. Their red heels are painted red with the fluids of aborted babies. Very dark women. So I understand, believe me, how it's difficult to break out of that death cult, barren womb, ice queen, witchy, vanity persona. It's not easy to do. And I know that you may feel burnt out, tired, and angry and bitter, sour even, at men for not being able to find your stag, not to be able to find your prime rib, as they say. But this doesn't mean that you won't, or that you can't be a role model while being alone. Just because you don't have a husband yet, it doesn't mean you have to pimp yourself. It doesn't mean you have to be a masturbation object. It doesn't mean you have to not have a noble type of way you carry yourself. I would really urge you to sit back, really examine your OnlyFans portfolio and say, is this worth it? What if you really do find a good man who loves you, and then you tell him, and then he says, you know what, I really don't want my friends to see these pictures. I wouldn't want my grandfather to see these pictures. And I don't want to be blackmailed by my friends at work with these pictures. You know, I think I'm just going to go with other options. You're going to be heartbroken. You're going to have this kind of weird emotional roller coaster inside. And the feminist talking points aren't really going to get that man back to you. And I would really put my hands on your shoulders and shake your head really hard if you have a man and he allows you to do this. This is a very inverted sense of love. That isn't love, because let me give you an example. You like your computer. I take your computer, I give it to Joe Schmo. You don't know where it is. It's somewhere over there, or somebody brings it back. It's infected with a virus. You're going to get angry with the way in which they treated your property, right? You're going to get angry with the way in which they treated your computer. If you get upset with the fact that someone mistreated your computer, but your partner doesn't get upset that men are using you as a masturbation object, and then thinking about you, trying to find you, stalk you, maybe even, God forbid, kidnap you, who knows? Like, geez, all the drama that can come. If he doesn't feel a sense of urgency to guard you, protect you, shelter you, then I would say you're not really valued. You're not really important to him. And chances are, a dude like that will cheat on you with someone else. There isn't a bond there. Be very cautious of this new type of sexual revolutionary feminist who's telling you to share your man with men and women, with drag queens, with grannies, with everyone, and you to share your body with everyone, and to have endless visits to the abortion mill, to sterilize your womb with pills, to liquor yourself up, and to use psychedelics, to all this narcotics, all this unhealthy spiritual killing lifestyle. I would urge you to stay away from those people, and you can start your reform today. I know that you see these sort of like validation statuses of, I'm on OnlyFans and I got this much money, and it's hard to let that money go. I would tell you, let it go, fam. Let it go. You'll be healthier, you'll be happier, and Allah Azza wa Jal rewards people who do good. And embrace the path of modesty, right? Embrace that path. It's healthier for you, safer for you. There was a Sargon of Akkad, Carl Benjamin. He did a really interesting episode on his Lotus Eaters podcast of the top earner on OnlyFans had a trouble keeping men because she was really beautiful. But once they found out what she did, they left, right? And then it really makes you see how good, noble men who make honest fathers, who make hard-working, means for a provider subsistence lifestyle, they naturally, don't really feel comfortable with a prostitute, sex worker wife. I know this has been put in our heads, trust me. I am the child of a stripper, of an adult entertainer. I understand that the addiction that these women face to change is extremely hard. And I understand that liberals encourage this behavior, value this behavior, and shame religious aims. I understand that you may feel like you're the odd one out, but the diamond in the rough is better than the pig that gets porked by everyone and everything. Okay? You deserve more than to have some ugly mass of men just staring at you and fantasizing all types of creepy things about you that could really harm you in your real life. And like many have said, they can screen record you, they can hack you, they can, lure you into a bad environment. There's so much drama that comes from that. So please, if you're doing that, you can change. You can, and you should. Don't be addicted anymore to wanting to be wanted, and instead, that urge inside of validation, channel it towards finding a good man and reform yourself so that you are deserving of him. And stay away from men who are okay with you doing that. A good man, he will see you as something precious, right? A guy doesn't let everyone drive his car because he worries about them wrecking it, scratching it, if his insurance will cover them, if they get in a wreck. But if he lets you, the woman who would be the mother of his children, satisfy other men's lust and desires, come on, fam. You have to really be honest. You have to break free from the feminist, liberal, atheist propaganda. I know. It feels so good when you're young. When you're like, your body's prime, you got those nails and you're just decked out. You're just a walking mannequin. I know it's so hard to say, I'm going to be old one day and wrinkly. And the protection of men could be taken away from me. And I'll be a sour, angry, bitter woman on welfare in the hood, eating ramen noodles every night and, powdered lemonade. This is not glorious, fam. The money can run out. You could be on OnlyFans, and what if you get disfigured in a car accident? You break your leg, it doesn't heal right, you get, burned by a car, gasoline on your face, you get a disease, your hair falls out, you go blind in one eye, you never know what can happen that will disfigure your beauty. So if you have beauty, use it in a noble way to get a husband, not to get these strange stalkers who will ruin your life if they actually found out where you live and they could harm you. Use your beauty to attract a very good husband, a noble, righteous, masculine, heterosexual husband who will honor you, protect you, pay the bills on time, and give you a safe place to sleep every night with your beautiful little children. Not somebody who wants to parade you around as a sex object to get the jizz out of other men. There's no legacy in that. There's no honor in that. If you start getting around less liberals, less atheists, and you start getting around better women, role models, nurturing, pious, modest, steadfast women, your energy will change, and inshallah, Allah will enlighten your heart, and you can come towards Islam or strengthen your iman if you already are Muslim and you're being tempted by the kuffar. You can do it. You should do it. It is possible. I've done it, and Allah gives us all an amazing journey. I know my example of changing who I'm around, how I think, coming up from tough beginnings, having some good, having some bad, being in Babylon, right? California. That is difficult, right? But it can be done. And everything that's difficult, fam, there's glory in it in the end. It's easy to just spread your legs and get all this cash money. But the clock is ticking. The clock really is real. Don't believe the feminist university women when they tell you that, at 42 years old, you're going to be as hot as a 22-year-old. Don't get mad at men because they desire young, fertile, blooming women. It's just different, fam. So use your beauty in the best of ways. Get off OnlyFans, change your life. Don't leave a legacy of porn. Leave a legacy of children, of pride in a strong, healthy marriage. You can do it, fam. It's not worth it. The money is not worth it. All that money you're encouraging is going to land you in hellfire. Allah is the most merciful, right? Allah is full of bounty. Every test and trial you go through, it's going to make you stronger. The money isn't going to fill the hole, and it isn't going to bring the right husband. You can be rolling around in piles of cash, but if no man loves you and you have no children, what was it for? What was it for? It's just paper. You're just buying material items that you don't need. A good man is worth more than all the money you earn on OnlyFans. A real woman will tell you this. An honest woman will tell you this. A lying demon will tell you the opposite, because they want you to go into hellfire. Evil is real, and things that are evil are sometimes the most beautiful and the most alluring, and you have to watch out for that. So don't get mad at me when I tell you this. Look at it and really, really think, fam. You can change before it's too late. Delete your OnlyFans. Change your life. If a good man hasn't found out you've done that, quit it. Get rid of it all. Donate to charity. Use that money to do something better. Change your life.